that in the live?
No, I mean you can do whatever,
Sometimes
honestly.
when they're in, you just got to do it live.
That's my daughter.
Oh, there we go. See, there we go.
Wow,
All right, this
did
is
it right
it.
this time.
And then I can switch cameras as we go. Welcome to Mostly Superheroes, the podcast live now on YouTube. And we're recording the podcast. I'm your host, Logan Janis. Just crushing it on every day. Just doing a great job myself. I'm just trying to do some more affirmation, and it's okay to give yourself pep talks, I've learned. And
We agree with you.
I only say it because we've had a busy, great day. I'm going to go to my next host. There's 4 of us here, and we got a guest coming in a bit. We're going to talk Fantastic Four before that. Scotty Scoop.
I'm here pulling double duty today.
Yeah, tell us about what we did earlier.
Earlier, we were live at Endless Comics in St. Charles, not Florissant.
Yeah.
St. Charles.
I see what you did there because I accidentally drove to the fluorescent one and was almost late. And then I was almost double late because there was really bad St. Charles construction happening.
Yeah, it's Central School Road. It's tore up. It's bad.
Formerly known as the Giggler, you now know him as Arena Andy. Welcome back.
Arena Andy, the SCPC Golf Week 13 champion. If
You-
anyone was
Oh
asking,
man,
What does that mean?
that means I won my golf league yesterday.
The whole league, the two.
no,
just
the
the
week.
week.
Just the week. I shot a
Oh.
come on.
shot a 41. I really needed it. It's been a long year.
Out of 70?
It was 9 holes.
Oh,
So yeah, so I was plus 5 net -3 with
That's
the
good.
handicap. But all that means is I played well.
I'm glad because it often gets in the way of this podcast. So I'm
It
glad to hear
does.
something
Not-
coming from it.
Week 13 out of 15, so we're almost done.
almost done.
About time.
Um,
About time.
Oh, who's that fourth voice over there? You know him from Team Jakey. Happy birthday, Jake. Happy birthday, Sam. Just happened, Sam the Sleeper.
Thank you. Jake probably won't say thanks. Hasn't responded to any texts or emails in quite some time.
Just gone totally silent on you.
He's really ghosting. He's ghosting hard. He's ghosting real hard. He invented ghosting.
How was your birthday?
It was good.
And how old are you?
36, 36. Ari thinks
Yeah.
I'm 5.
Right. You're how old is Ari now?
Ari's 3.5.
He thinks you're 5.
He goes,
Yeah.
no, dude, 5? 5.
We were talking about that at the Alamo, and I was like, that's hilarious to think that he thinks that you're only like not even double him.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, well, you've easily only been here, not even double me.
Yeah, I can tell by the amount of knowledge you've imparted to me
Yeah.
just how long you've been here.
That's just, it's a testament to my size and stature that he thinks I'm 5.
Yeah. You're practically in the same size outfit for sure.
Yeah. He's like, I'll be wearing that polo here soon, right?
Yeah.
He's like, where's our mom?
Sorry,
Where's our mom at, Sam?
Yeah.
big,
All his-
big brother Sam.
All the hand-me-downs are actually mine.
Something
Yeah.
you told us he said recently is really stuck in the house, and Carrie keeps saying it, where you were just like talking to your neighbor. I won't even say his real name for his
Yeah.
sake, but call him Dale. And he was like, I like you, Dale. You got a regular haircut. You're just like a regular guy.
Yeah. Exactly. Just a regular guy, Jeff.
Yeah, you could tell. You could say it.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Shout out Jeff, my neighbor. Jeff, you're just like a regular guy.
Carrie says it all the time. She's like, I like you. You're just like a regular guy. You got a regular haircut.
A regular guy haircut. Oh my
It's
God.
like, thank you, I guess.
The other day he came over and we were talking to Jeff, and then I was like, "Ah, we got to go, buddy. Let's put you to sleep, put you to bed." And he goes, "All right, see you, Jeff. Bye, fart head." Great. Oh man.
All
Ari's my
right.
favorite.
Well, I thought I'd see him at Fantastic Four, but it was your birthday.
It was my birthday.
It was,
so-
you had a birthday time.
yeah, my wish was to be kidless for the morning.
It came true
For the morning.
for the morning.
Yeah, for the
Not even-
morning.
not the whole day.
It's been my dream for the last 20 minutes.
Childless for 2 hours.
Andy, talk to us about the screen and social. How'd it go this time for Fantastic Four? And honestly, I mean, Superman, 'cause they were so back to back, but let's just focus on Fantastic Four. How'd it go for you?
Great. Alamo Draft House always kills it with the food. I mean, and the just when you walk in, you just I feel like I'm at home because I've been there so many damn times.
Yeah, we're there a
Especially
lot.
in July. More than half the days I think I was in a theater. So
Oh, you're right though, and they have been helping us out like better and better every time. Like from day one to now, years. Now we get like a little locker to help us out
Yeah.
and like we can roll stuff out a little quicker and get stuff out before the end credits are done. And now we're doing the free comic book. Scotty, shout out.
Yeah.
Dude,
Fantastic Four. We had them.
you're holding the backs out.
What?
Yeah, but not for this camera.
Oh,
Not for this game.
whoa,
Come
you
on.
are smart.
Come on. Situational
ready.
awareness.
I was
is
Always
right.
one step ahead.
On the attack over
Like,
here.
come
I'm
on.
sorry.
We still got a lot left. We
Look at
might
this.
throw these in like a prize pack or
Well,
something
what I like about
at
this,
some point.
what we're shouting out too is not just the screen and social, but it's like we're just in person a lot now, and we bring all
Yeah.
this stuff with us. Like we were at Endless today, we were at Apotheosis Comics. So yeah, Alamo just being a good friend, and
Yeah.
we were gonna do this really quick, Fantastic Four, just like reaction and thoughts, and really brief recap because at 6 p.m. Central, we got an artist that's in Japan. That it's bright and early in the morning for him, and Wade Sito Wheelington will be on here with us, and I know that he's doing like an Isaiah Bradley project, really timely. So that's starting sharp at 6. We got to keep an eye. Help me keep an eye on the Zoom waiting room
Yeah.
co-hosts.
Gotcha. I see it.
Look at us on the camera, like we've got a real like inside the picture frame thing happening.
Yeah. This is like
Oh,
a real Inception.
Inception. Yeah.
This is why you got to watch us live on YouTube, Spotify,
One of those infinity mirrors.
Podbeam. We're really getting live on we were live on our Instagram today. We've been live on Facebook. We're just trying it out a little bit more. And I gotta say, I entered a local St. Louis contest recently where like I just jumped into a live, commented, and got a raffle and won. And I think we're gonna start to try to do some of that stuff from right here and on the road. You got the prize wheel for people. So watch for way more live stuff. And with Mostly Superheroes, we are going to talk Fantastic Four. Let's go ahead and give that spoiler alert. I saw Fantastic Four twice, once in the IMAX, once in the big show. I know that each of you, Scotty and Andy, saw those two shows too. Scotty, have you seen it anymore?
I have not seen it anymore.
Andy, how many more other times have
I'm
you
seeing
seen it?
it for a 4th time tomorrow.
4th time tomorrow, and you saw it the once
The once.
at the screen and social.
Yep.
The
The best time to
The-
see it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Fist bump.
Best
Yeah.
part was we had some people that came back to their second screen and social.
Oh man,
same month.
and
That-
they were
that's it.
dude, and they had their money ready for the wheel.
I know.
Like they were like, "Where's the wheel?" I was
Wheel,
like,
is
dude,
Wheel of Fortune here?
dude, we're taking this wheel everywhere with us. We gave a spoiler alert. The business is Marvel made a new Fantastic Four movie. If you remember the Chris Evans, Jessica Alba ones, that was what I thought was the highlight. I think the Michael B. Jordan, Miles Teller one really was bad. So it was like, what are they going to do this time?
Yeah.
Here we go, man. Vanessa Kirby, Pedro Pascal. Help me with the other names. Who's Eddie from Stranger Things playing the
Yep.
Human Torch?
That's him.
That is.
Anybody?
Oh my God.
Whoever gets it right first gets a gift card to the gramophone.
Let me
Evan-
look it up.
Evan
real
Moss
quick.
Bacharach is the thing.
That's not.
Okay, I guess I'll give you a bonus. I'll get you
Yeah.
a side order of mac and cheese.
Yes. No, this guy's name is on the tip of my tongue. He's been in so many things.
Who's the Human Torch guy?
Yes. Come on,
Was he in
guy.
Stranger Things? You said.
Yes, he played Eddie. He had the long
Reminds
hair.
me of Robert Downey Jr., like a young Robert Downey
Yeah.
Jr.
Joseph Quinn. is his
Joseph
name.
Quinn.
Just such a basic name that I
Did you
I
AI
don't
that?
remember.
Was that AI?
Yes.
Because what was your source? Was it just Google?
IMDb is my
Okay.
source.
You-
A reputable source.
You know what? I've heard of them.
Yeah.
They're pretty good. All right, 828 Earth 828.
Yep.
It's a cold open. The Marvel Studios run even was like this retro Marvel Studios. Like it was
Yeah.
just
Mhm.
completely different.
My dad thought it was year 828. I was like, God, we're already off. We're already off the rails. He was like, it's 828, but it looks like the 19.
We need to get him in here and have him retell
That's-
Oh my
a
God.
movie.
Yeah.
That's a good reaction.
From his.
Yeah.
From his point of view.
Steve
Tell
Feller, join us.
us what happened to in the movie.
Well,
Yeah, you tell us
you're
what happened.
828.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're about 1600 years, after the birth of Christ, in real time. No, it was yeah, I didn't think about that. Like that's such an important that might be honestly the most confusing thing for any non-Marvel fans was that like okay, that's what I kept trying to stress ahead of this movie was it's going to be a different world. It absolutely was. 828. It seems Marvel's going to let stick to calling these Earths like by numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Just that's how they're going to call stuff. And like I think that the MCU is the 616. Is that right?
Yeah.
There's conspiracies that it's not. Isn't there some
That's a good take.
some theories, not conspiracies, theories that it's not.
It's
really.
like maybe it's just its
You
own.
know, so
Like what Earth is the
it is-
MCU Earth?
it is referred to as Earth 616 within the MCU itself.
Within it, yeah, because it depends on where you're at. Because in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, they call the Earth like 1008 or something. Like the Across the Spider-Verse guy.
Yeah.
That has what's the ultimate Spider-Man played by Oscar Isaac. He's like the big Spider-Man.
2099.
He says he's like on Earth 20, whatever they call it.
Yeah.
He's like Doctor Strange and that Spider-Man just caused some stuff, and that was us. That was Tom Holland.
Earth
Okay.
Earth 199999.
That's what he calls it in Across
Yeah.
the Spider-Verse. But like within the MCU, we call it like the 616. It's super easy.
Christine Palmer.
Yeah, I
called
Really
it the
easy.
616.
It's
I don't-
so easy to remember.
Yeah.
See, like I think it needs to be like Earth, Prime or 1, and then like
it would be easier if
Two.
it
I
had
mean,
like
how-
a name. I can't remember.
It's
How
guys,
conceited
it's
is
not-
that? To
It's not going to
think your
matter.
Earth is number
Well,
one Earth.
shouldn't everyone, like you said, from our perspective?
They need to almost lay it from your as the viewer,
Yes.
so I know where the hell I'm at. Should we
Because-
break
I mean,
down?
then you go to another Earth, and they're like, "No, we're Earth Prime."
Exactly. They're the main Earth. They're
Right.
like we're Earth 1.
Yeah.
How long do we want to break this down and then not the movie?
Because I think there's a reason we're stuck on it is because your dad was probably
Yeah.
because he said it was the year
It threw him off from. I don't think he ever.
like put it together.
That's probably the
no, I don't
only
think-
baggage.
I don't think he was able to suspend disbelief to the entire movie. I think it threw him off. He got out of the movie. He's like, I just don't understand.
Okay, this for anyone that hasn't seen it yet, or even that has and needs to go back. Like that was what we were trying to stress before. Was going in, you have to realize this is a different world, and that's why when the Marvel Studios title runs, it doesn't do any of the like footage from the old movies.
Yeah.
It just literally was like words. It was like Marvel Studios, and you're like, whoa, they didn't show anything.
Yeah, you
Here's
can
Earth-
get the clips. You
Here's
can get
Earth.
the-
Here's Earth 828.
Yeah.
That's what it said in the dropshin. You're on a different Earth, and you're about to learn about it.
Yeah.
And what do we learn? We learn that like these guys are the only heroes. There are no Avengers. Like the Fantastic Four 4 years ago became this group. They're well known. Sue Storm is pregnant. We find out immediately, and everything seems peachy. They're fighting mole men and all these classic heroes. Galactus shows up.
Yeah.
Time to fight Galactus. Go to Galactus. Come back. Galactus follows him back. Fight him in the city. He shrinks down. Sue Storm beats him with a energy blast because she makes him trip into the black hole. He disappears. It seems like she died, but the reason he came there to pick up the baby that was of the Fantastic Four, because he said it was a endless supply of energy and would be his herald and like maybe his
Yeah. The baby
his-
has the power.
he'll be Galactus's his
Replacement.
He
They-
can
I mean,
take
he's-
over. Galactus has got the hunger.
got the hunger. He's like,
Yeah.
this thing will have the hunger too. And he
Essentially
heals.
prison.
This baby
Yeah.
heals Sue Storm. And boom.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the whole movie.
Nice. All right,
Unlimited
cut it.
power.
We're done.
That's it. In credit scene. Doom's Hood, who I've now read was Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, really?
I've read that it was him.
I hear that seems kind of like a waste to me.
Why would you not show
Why do you
anything?
need him?
Not even a piece of his goatee or something?
Right. It
If
could have
was
been
already
Pedro.
filmed on the set of Doomsday. They're already there. So if the
Yeah,
if
that's
the
true.
Russos directed
And
it,
then-
then it was probably filmed there.
And they did. And the second end credit scene was a throwback to the Kirby cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Like an old
I didn't
cartoon.
stay for that one.
Yeah, they just what they mentioned earlier in the movie. Like
The cartoon.
the thing I would always say, like I didn't. That's not my thing. It was only in the cartoon.
The cartoon from the movie.
Yes.
And like a lot of people are saying that, like, I listened to the Break Room podcast. They gave us a shout out on their big breakdown of Fantastic Four. It was awesome. I got in the comments and they answered our question. And my biggest question was, if you did not answer the Thunderbolts in credit scene in this movie, when will you answer it? Because
Yeah.
and then it became, they did talk about this and they came down to this philosophical thing of like, maybe we won't get the answer. Like maybe it's just like this thing that happened to tease the coming of the team, and it might be mentioned in like Doomsday, but like who knows? Like maybe, but if there is a payoff,
Yeah,
what do you
there's-
guys think? What do you think, Scotty?
There's a payoff, and it's got to be fairly soon into Doomsday, or else why do you have the size of the cast that you have for Doomsday? Why isn't Doomsday just Robert Downey Jr. and the Fantastic
Yeah.
Four? Why did they do that whole casting announcement with Thor and Shuri and Captain America and all the X-Men and all this other stuff. Like that's going to pay off pretty quickly in Doomsday, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. And you bringing up the chairs, that's a good point. Jenna, actually, it was Jamie Jirach on Phase Hero. They did a post Comic Con recap, and she was saying that the chairs actually ruined the movie for her because when she thought Sue Storm was going to die, she remembered the chair, and she was like, "Oh wait, she's in the movie."
She's in the movie for
And
sure.
My thoughts were, I think it was a tweet that I saw, so I replied, and my thought is that it's the same problem that Andy talks about a lot. Too much promo, too much marketing.
Well, it ruined Thunderbolts as well.
Casting announcements seem like they're cool, but they're
Yeah.
actually not cool. They're just giant spoilers. Like, and the only thing different, I guess, is like when you have a big name of the hero or the villain.
Right.
That-
Or if there's a
when
character
it's
you don't know is
Yes.
in the movie.
Like you can tell people that like Robert Downey Jr. is going to be Iron Man, and you're like, whoa, and they show like just a little glimpse of that trailer,
Right.
and like you don't know what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
Okay, so like they did it again with Doom. I guess you could argue that's fine, but all those chairs,
Yeah.
like, we don't need to see
Yeah.
that. Like
I don't need
that's
to know
spoiling.
that every character from Thunderbolts,
Yeah.
except for one,
I agree
Yeah.
with Jamie. I agree with
isn't
Jamie.
going or is going to be in this movie because, like, now I know.
Yeah.
We all thought Taskmaster was going to die anyway. This proves it before the movie comes out,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and all of the other cast are saved by plot armor because they're in this movie.
Yeah.
So there's no danger for them.
All right, and then Sam coming in as the one-time viewer. Tell us your thoughts, man. You know, we kind of covered the plot. What do you think of the movie?
I liked it. I was telling Scoop on my initial, review that I really love that like aesthetic, the 1960. I like that they went
The retro futuristic.
that retro futuristic. I've always been a fan of it ever since playing like Fallout 4, the game.
Land of Tomorrow,
Yeah.
Tomorrowland.
Yes,
George
exactly.
Clooney.
Yeah, I love that setting and the aesthetic of all that. So I instantly just love the nostalgic feel of that, and it was so different than the other Fantastic Four movies. I just wanted something completely different because I really didn't like any of those.
Yeah.
So when I was giving my initial review, I was like, I'm pretty jazzed to see this, just because it wasn't like those other ones, and I thought those other ones have a pretty low bar.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it.
Nice.
Yeah, pretty simple. Like you were able to wrap up the plot fairly quick.
Yeah, it was.
But I don't really need a whole lot of complex. Sometimes Marvel's like just so my brain melts.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah, we talked about that with Jason today.
Yeah, it's like
at
it's the common
Endless.
thread.
There's a lot of baggage that comes with, keeping up and doing your homework and
Yeah.
knowing who everyone is. I've watched every movie and every show and every
keep up.
spin-off just so I know who these characters are.
Yeah, and this was just felt like a fresh start.
Yeah,
Totally
there,
isolated.
there was absolutely nothing you needed to know.
Yeah.
Other than they're in a different
All right.
Earth.
I think that was attractive and that formula works. And then I still think that like there's something to the Deadpool and She-Hulk fourth wall formula
Yeah.
too, where like they're totally different to where like Deadpool's totally in on the
Yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
And then you have the Fantastic Four that like aren't in on the joke at all.
Mhm.
And that kind of makes it fun. We're like, okay,
And it was
now
just kind of like an easygoing popcorn movie for me. Like I don't need to get too serious and deep into it. It was just I'll be excited to see it tie in somewhere else.
yeah.
But
Let's do
yeah, soon.
let's do some final thoughts and wrap ups. Andy, let's anything we're not talking about and whatever you want to say about this movie. Now's the time.
For sure. Doing just ratings as
Oh,
well.
hit it.
Because I like
Hit it.
I'm weirdo and I just start with the ratings.
No, that's
so
fine.
I'm sticking with the 3.8 out of 4. Definitely one of my favorite MCU movies ever. Some of the best outer space content that we've seen in all the movies, especially recently.
Amen. Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
I love this family. Like I was had really high hopes due to the chemistry and all the the last year leading up to this movie, just in the like marketing and press tour that they did. They really nailed it there for sure. Like I'm a huge fan. Like I felt like the movie was a little bit predictable sometimes, but Galactus was awesome. I mean that was kind of just shocking to see, and I hope we see more for sure. I think my only complaints were just that the CGI was a little bad in a couple areas. The baby looked
The
like
baby,
Genius,
Yeah.
like
Mm.
the old Baby Geniuses movie from like the 90s for a little bit.
Mm.
And like some of the most important parts of the movie were Franklin, but Franklin's my boy. I'm ready to see what he's gonna do next. I mean, that's clearly the biggest plot device of Doomsday for sure is gonna be what's gonna happen with him. So bring it on.
Fair share. Before we go to Scotty, what was your rating, Sam?
I'd go 3.4. 3.4.
3.4 out of 4. Scotty Scoop?
Yeah, that's fair. I really enjoyed my first viewing, and I think I was pretty high on it after watching it the first time because it was just it was so good and clean, no baggage. Uh, I don't remember what I gave it the first time, but after watching it a second time, I didn't feel like it was as good. I didn't maybe enjoy it as much as the first viewing, and I brought that rating down to a 3.4. But it was great. The casting was great. The material was great. It does seem like they really kind of split time between Sue and Johnny and Reed, and Ben kind of fell back a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
And I don't think they utilized the leading man that Reed is,
Oh
that
yeah,
Pedro Pascal is,
yeah.
enough.
I feel like they're missing a lot
I,
of
I
Reed.
feel like he could have gotten a little more character development.
Yeah, it's like the
And
smartest guy ever.
yeah,
Come on.
yeah. And the
tech-
whole time he
the
was kind
tech
of
code,
he was
the
kind
tech
of
code.
aloof,
Yeah.
you know,
it's gonna
like
suck.
this
Like, I don't-
goofy new dad feel.
There's gonna be like so many memes and like things of him being like, "What do we do, Reed?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
What do you
I'm
do, Reed?
not sure what
I
to
don't
do.
know. There's nothing to do.
We got to kill the baby. Like, oh, why do you got to go to
But
the worst thing?
At the same time, that was cool to see. Like he is playing out these worst case scenarios, and then having to figure it out. But anyway, stepping on your review.
No, you're good. Yeah, I can't wait to see more of this.
All right, I'll bring it home. I really liked it the first time. It was definitely, I had to see it a second time to really just process it, and then really, it's been a few days. I think it was a safe movie, and I feel
Very safe.
I think once again we didn't get the movie that we were like thinking we'd get, and then I think they made some calls with like Doom. They obviously cut John Malkovich out of this thing, and I know he was just like a side villain, but why'd you cut him?
Yeah.
And then I thought like Galactus, it was fine, but it was over pretty quick. And Galactus is he's a badass. So it was just kind of like, holy cow, this is ending right now. But I guess they did a good job of like it's not really over.
Mm-hmm.
Like again on
Like,
the break,
yeah, they
the break
didn't-
room did talk about this.
They
It was
didn't
pretty
kill
good.
him.
I'll shout out the break room
Yeah.
all day. It's their new Rockstars podcast. Honestly, like a lot of the Phase Hero people have been on there, and they have a good show, good program, good live shows. And they were saying like, he's faster than like they made him seem, Galactus, and like Sue beating him. It was like, okay, she did just push him, but I don't know. There's just something you can just tell that like it was just like the safe route. But at the same time, I'm like, that's might appear to like work.
Mhm.
Like for like people just like are happy to have a good Marvel movie, and so like us nerds are like so critical, But like the truth is like I rated a 3.8 my first night, even after dinging it for not having enough Reed and stuff. And so after thinking about it, I told Carrie like I'm sticking with a 3.8 because I think as a timeless Marvel movie, this is an absolute win, and like it will probably stand the test of time. Like it's pretty good. It's pretty isolated, and we did meet the team. And so for my multiverse, not even multiverse now, I just mean like an interconnected universe desire that I have. It makes me excited to think that this movie's is going well because these are good actors and like they're primed and ready to like be in stuff. So it's kind of cool to think about how they do it, but like how are you going to make Secret Wars not too complicated? How are you going to like do the Franklin Richards baby, MacGuffin like vehicle, and like they aged him up 4 years with that end credit
Yeah,
scene.
with the end credit scene, he's
Mhm.
probably 4.5, 5.
Yeah, so and it's like they on the break room, it was like, hey, are we gonna have to kill this baby? Is Doom gonna figure out how to suck this baby's energy? And then we assume that the Doom at the end is from the 838 universe, which I think like that's a great way to introduce the
Mhm.
villain is like, okay, we showed you this like fantastic world with like a Fantastic Four, and like, wow, that was cool. Like Galactus was one villain that could like make it through to our place, and it's like, oh, that'd be scary. Doom, it's like no one knows Doom. He's never been
Yeah, Doom doesn't
introduced. He
exist.
doesn't exist. So it's like, oh, like what if this guy just showed up and like things started going down, and it's like the Fantastic Four team get here to like find the baby, but then it becomes like the Avengers with the Fantastic Four. Like
Yeah.
that could be exciting.
Well,
and they might be able to pull it all off because like I think they're trying to make bets right now with how they're making these final cuts of these
Mhm.
movies. So like, I don't know. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
it makes you wonder, like, when they bring all these people together, like, what's the situation? Like, for all we know, Doom could be with the Fantastic Four to
Yeah.
save their world
Right.
against
Another.
the world of the X-Men and against the world of
Right.
the Avengers that
Yes.
that we know.
And we're heading toward a big like reboot.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like this is like a universe wide.
they've said, like,
This
the
is it.
rebooting, we're recasting.
So with all that in mind, it's like anything's on the table
Yeah.
now.
You might keep some people. Some people might be.
They're gonna
no.
keep whoever all the money makers are. So like,
Sure.
we can figure that out.
Hmm.
All right, this is it, man. Final call. Fantastic Four. Before we start our interview,
Shout out Silver Surfer, Julia Garner.
Julie Garner
Yeah.
nailed it.
Jala Ball.
I loved it.
There are a lot of questions by people.
I liked the 4-year time jump of like, like the kid getting aged up and stuff. And I
Mm.
like that they gave Galactus like more to do and then just being like a power hungry thing. Like I like the history of the Marvel Universe book where like Franklin Richards is at like the end of time. Like there's something more to Galactus than just like this big monster. And like I feel like they alluded to these things and like the baby route with the powers and
Baby geniuses.
all right. Fantastic Four, another one of the books on mostly
Yeah.
superheroes.
We'll see you for the next one in a year.
I won't. Hey, you know what? After this July,
A year.
it feels nice, but that's too long. Like in 3 weeks, I'll be getting the itch again.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm like, geez, July was so crazy.
Yeah.
Wakanda
This-
Forever starts
Wakanda Forever starts
this week.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
All 4
August, like,
episodes.
yeah.
Only
Right.
4.
4.
Yeah.
All right.
I might actually be able to watch that one though.
We will be right
That'll be
back with
fun.
an interview with Cito Wade Wheelington, artist working on an Isaiah Bradley project. We're going to show you the stuff and we're going to meet Cito. We can't wait to zoom him in from Japan. So please, if you're in the live stream, stick around. If you're listening to the podcast, it'll be a quick break and we'll be right back. What a creep. Andy, type, we'll be right back.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Perfect. And then I got the mouse.
Somebody on YouTube said, "Hey guys, that one dude's hot." Oh, it was me.
Is it how many viewers are we up to?
3.
Oh wait, we're not muted. Don't
me to change our name?
Yes, please. This mouse is going so slow. All right, we are back in here. We have Wade Sito Willington III zooming in from Japan, and we are here. We're actually live on YouTube tonight, Wade, and this is Logan. We've met via email, and we've met your dad. We also have Sam. Sam's right here. You can wave, Sam, the sleeper.
How's it
And
going?
Andy, the giggler.
What's up?
Formerly,
Nice to
now
meet
he's
you.
Arena Andy. Scotty Scoop.
That's me, Scotty Scoop.
There will be a test later.
And
Nicknames and real names.
Yeah, take notes.
All right, and then let's let you introduce yourself, man. I'm going to give you a little bit. I'll take some of the business off your hands, okay? So we got Wade Sito Wheelington in living in Japan now for 12 years. Graduated from Tokyo Communication Arts College in the manga division. Has had projects featured on 3 Japanese news shows: Love or Duty manga series season 1, available to read online at Manga Pointer and Kindle. And currently, season 2 is halfway finished. We hear that you're currently also working on a new potential Marvel project called the Isaiah Bradley Project, which includes new goods like posters, hats, etc. And the original comic, Truth, Red, White, and Black. The backstory of the character, and Andy is actually holding up the poster for us right now here in the studio. Your dad was nice enough to drop it off. Let's just give you a big round of applause. Wade Sito, welcome to the show. How are you?
It's good to be here. Thanks.
You
Good
might hear.
morning from here.
Yeah, you got good morning. We got a good evening over here. How are you, sir?
A little bit tired, but I'm up, ready to go.
We appreciate you being here with us. What's that shirt you're rocking?
Oh, it's my Yoda shirt. A couple years ago, when COVID was like really, we were in the trenches of it, we came up with the concept of combining both Yoda and Wolverine together, and he would like Tatakao. He would fight the COVID virus. So we made him into T-shirts, and we actually had Hayden Christensen, the Darth Vader actor, sign the original
Nice.
artwork that I did for it. So
Oh, amazing, man.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
That
And
looks great.
And we've seen a lot of your work, and yeah, I want you guys to help me hold up a lot of the stuff for the cameras. Andy, you can see we're pointing to this camera here.
It's
And
my favorite one.
We
right
we
here.
got to meet your dad at Two Rivers Comic Con in St. Charles here locally, and that's how we got connected. And then we got to see your amazing work and hear about your Isaiah Bradley project. And man, you've been in Japan for 12 years. Why don't you talk to us about your journey to Japan? So where do you originate from, and how'd you end up in Japan?
let's see. Well, I'm originally from St. Louis. I was born there, grew up there. And as you probably know, every year there's a Japanese festival in September, Labor Day weekend. So I think the first time we went there, I was about 3. And at that young age, like you're absorbing everything. So it's little did I know it was gonna stick with me. And seeing like the dancers, the performers, trying the new foods and everything there, it really resonated with me. And I figured, oh, Japan seems like a really nice country. I kind of want to go there sometime. But at 3, it's like, how do you even comprehend pulling something like that off, you know? So some time went by. We did some travel thanks to Dad's work as a aerospace engineer. We wound up going to Saudi Arabia for a couple years, came back, and in middle school we started going to the Japanese festival again. And uh, at that time, like manga and anime was really starting to kick off, like Sailor Moon, Pokemon, Speed Racer, Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Hakusho, all the stuff
Yeah.
that people know. So that was on what, Toonami on Cartoon Network.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll go home and watch those, those cartoons. And I was already drawing comics and everything since I was like 5, like Spider-Man, Wolverine, because Dad has this huge, huge comic collection. So he would like spend days drawing all the time. So when I was younger, I was like, I wish I could grow up, and make my own comics, make my own manga, even like, if I can combine elements of the two and make my own series one day. So that kind of just stuck with me. And then when I was 16, I was taking Spanish at the time, but my Spanish teacher realized that I had a love for Japan and its culture. So she said, "You only got what, 2 years left in high school? Japanese might seem like a tough language, but just make the last 2 years count. Go ahead and quit the Spanish and go ahead and just see how far you get with the Japanese. Just see where it goes." So I was like, okay, I guess I'll go ahead and dive in. Don't know where it's gonna pay off or not because we've got so many kanji, those complicated symbols there. So it's like I don't know how I'm gonna learn all of that. But that was pretty much the beginning of everything. And though like every year since the city that I'm in now, Sua, is actually St. Louis's sister city. So we have lots of like collaborations and students that come and visit, and our students come and visit here.
Oh,
So because of that, I was able to, since I was in the Japanese class, I was able to like help with the tour guiding for the students that visit and some of the teachers. And we kept in touch. Like every group that came, I would keep in touch with them. So eventually, when I did wind up moving over here, one of the first teachers that I met when I switched over to Japanese, she wound up becoming my Japanese teacher when I moved here.
That's
wow.
amazing that Japanese is even an option.
Yeah, say where'd you go? I know only a few St. Louis high schools that had Japanese.
Parkway South. This was back in what 2004 when I started. I think it was the only high school in America, or not in Missouri, that was offering Japanese at the time. So I was
Wow.
Wow.
very lucky, fortunate.
Yeah, I was stuck with French
Even
back in the 90s.
even moving to Japan though, you couldn't avoid the high school question.
I had to ask.
Yeah. Jesus.
That's amazing. What an amazing story. So I guess like it worked out taking Japanese, right? Are you fluent?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm certified. I'm at the N1 level right now. It's because you've got level 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, WIM being the highest. So I initially took the two tests, passed that, went on ahead and took the one test, passed that. So I've got the certification for those. And I'm actually working as a freelance translator here. This is my main
Oh,
occupation.
nice. Yeah, you jumped to my next question, which like, when we edit this up to our full podcast, we'll share images of your work throughout the episode and show people the amazing works you've done. But my question really was, what has speaking Japanese fluently done for your life? And it sounds like it's become a huge part of your life, and you're a translator. Is there anything else that you've started to enjoy more because of Japanese culture?
Oh, I can watch anime without subtitles. That's huge.
Right.
So whenever
Yeah.
something new comes out, I don't have to wait for the subtitle version to come
Yeah,
out.
you
I'll
have to
just
wait a couple weeks.
Yeah, I can just watch it live, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, that tears me up when I'm trying to catch up with My Hero.
Oh yeah, you gotta wait for the stuff to come out. Sometimes you
Yep.
gotta wait for the rights to come through. It's like I could just skip past all that, just watch and
Do you find it's
being a
better? I imagine you find it's better in its native language versus waiting for subtitles. You got to enjoy that way more, I would imagine.
Definitely, definitely. Plus, like understanding the language, it makes it easier to enjoy the media because yeah, you can read the subtitles and pretty much get the gist of what's going on. But when you actually understand like the nuances
Yeah.
behind certain things, certain phrases in Japanese, and the intonation of how they speak it, you can really appreciate the meaning behind everything.
Yeah. There is always a lot of stuff that's lost in translation
Yeah.
that just doesn't work sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I assume that would be like you might be laughing at that point from your side.
Yeah, he knows. He's a translator.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh man, they really got that wrong.
Yeah, it's like some jokes just don't translate. It's like, man, you really missed the opportunity. And it goes both ways because
Yeah.
the Marvel movies, they come out here like Superman, Fantastic Four came out. I saw those. But I usually tend to watch the American movies, just go ahead and watch them in English because when you do watch them in English here, they come with the Japanese subtitles for the audience. But when I read them, it's like you missed that whole joke there. But it's like, how would you even translate that without it being a huge paragraph at the bottom?
Yeah.
So you gotta
That's
just
that.
So
yeah, like,
That's
interesting.
yeah. I find that interesting. How easy is it to get the Americanized version of things there?
it's relatively easy. It comes out when I first moved here, there was always a 3 month delay for those
Mm.
movies to come here because they want to release both versions, the Japanese dub version and the original English version at the same time. So they would
Mhm.
put things up to that schedule. But I guess they've gotten better with it lately. So everything tends to come out either at most 3 days to a week later, sometimes
Oh,
at the same
wow.
time.
Yeah.
We'll just watch it.
um, and we didn't really confirm. Do you go by Cito?
Yeah, I go by Sito, yeah.
Talk to us about this is your time, man. You're our focus right now, and we're happy to nerd out with you, and we will. You better watch out. We just don't stop. So, like, once we get on a topic, and you got Scotty Scoop over here, who's really a huge anime manga fan, And I want to get into it, but why don't you tell us about your work? What are you really focused on nowadays, and what would you like to talk about?
Let's see. At the moment, I've my passion project, of course, is the Lover Duty project with my mermaid character Namiko. In addition to working with the new Isaiah Brandon project, so those two are the ones that I'm mainly focusing on. But I want to say I started the Lover Duty project back in 2010.
Tell us if we got the right
Um,
stuff here.
yeah,
that's
there
what
she
we need.
is.
Yep.
That's Namiko. That's her. The
Wonderful.
pillowcase and the cover artwork there. I did that picture for the St. Louis eclipse back in 2017. So she's like watching the eclipse like reflected in the sands of
Ah,
the sea.
Yes.
So that's the whole concept behind
very
everything.
cool.
Yeah. But yeah, that story is loosely based on autobiographical events. She comes to Japan, try to meet somebody that she admires. But while she's doing that, she fails to realize that the shadows are taking over the world. So the shadows are entities that like give powers to people, and poor people are seducted by this power. But mermaids are commissioned by their leader to sing to people to help them to help them not to forget what love is. Because the more you embrace the shadows, you forget love, which obviously, as we can see now in today's society, it changes society. Like people, when you the more the love is forgotten, you kind of forget how to be a decent person, how to take care of other people, how to see outside yourself. So that's mermaid people's in general's mission. But she's so stuck on this romance that she has for this J-pop star, which is a big trope in shoujo manga. So I figured I'd take that and run with it. But when she gets to Japan, she gets this special pearl from this conductor and his talking owl, and it gives her the power to seal away the shadows. So she's stuck between: do I chase after this J-pop idol, or do I focus on my mission of sealing away the shadows? So she's got her friends that are like helping her there. They pretty much they join her in her battle. They don't have any powers, but they join her in her battles. They listen to her. They listen to her problems. They help her out, whatever they can do to maneuver things behind the scenes to help her out with that. So along the way, she realizes there's more to love than just this person, this celebrity that she's chasing, but she's got her family behind her friends behind her. So there's different facets, different kinds of love that she has to learn about before she can finally unleash like her true power. But what she doesn't know is that idol that she's actually in love with also is hiding his own secrets with his bandmate. They're also set to fight against the shadows, but she doesn't know that because she would have figured that out sooner had she been more focused on what her mission was. So there's that whole, it's like kind of like a conflict of interest type thing.
Yeah.
And when she finds out later that her partner, her owl partner, had kept that from her, that becomes a point of contention. So it leads to losses for both him and her. But I don't want to give too much away. So,
Yeah, don't give too much away. I would say it's beautiful. I think we're holding one right here.
This looks like yeah, number
Book
two.
two.
And
Yeah.
number two. And yeah, so how do people enjoy it? How do people get their hands on it?
Let's see. Right now, I'm working on getting another print run done with Mixum, the printing company. But you can enjoy it on uh, Manga Pointer is currently under maintenance right now, but you can get it on Kindle and you can also get it on my website, sugopro.com. You can do a digital download. You can get both volumes there.
That's shugopro.com. SHUGOPRO.com. You're on
That's correct.
Instagram at shugopro_Cito. That's CITO. And if you're safe at home, you got to check this stuff out. Again, we'll share images in our final podcast. Scotty, what do you see him? What do you feel on questions for Cito so far?
I love hearing people explain manga because it always sounds like the craziest fever dream.
This is our big
that you've
manga
ever
episode.
had.
This will probably be edited back to the beginning. Should we try? So you should tell us what manga is, or should Cito tell us first?
Yeah, I think Cito would probably have the best explanation.
If you don't mind, Cito, for a first time ever, what is manga or a manga?
Okay. Manga is a comic medium that is based in Japan. It's based on the kanji manga. And it tells the narrative. Usually manga tends to focus more on the like the deeper thoughts of the hero. One of my friends actually told me when I was younger, back in high school, she noticed that if you were to break it down from an American comic concept, it's more about Clark Kent becoming Superman. But when it comes to manga, it's more about Superman becoming Clark Kent. So it shows the more human side and the more like conflict of interest that the characters are going through. So you can see a bit more of the psychology of what runs the characters. Because in school we were taught that it's not just the story, it's not just the action. What drives your story is the characters. So when you're designing a character, you don't just talk about the base points of the personality. You do this whole exercise where you write everything down about what happened, like maybe if they're in their past life, if they had one, or like a traumatic event that they might have gone through that's affecting them now. How is it affecting them? How does it navigate with friendships that they have? And that makes the story much easier to write. So I'm sure that you've seen, like, if you're a manga fan, I'm sure you've seen like how deep some of the stories can go,
Yeah.
how they expand on the themes. So there's a lot that goes into it. And our teachers always stress that there's more to just manga than just the characters as well. The characters are more than just people that are on the paper. They're your actual children almost. So when you're making a story, you want to make sure that you do it right, because when you have a child, you want to do what's best for them. You want them to have, like, the best story that they can have as they get older. So they really drove that home with us. So when you read manga, you can kind of see the care that goes into that notion that goes into that.
It sounds a little like Marvel, a little like the Marvel formula, just the
Yeah.
human side of things more than the hero side of things.
I'm curious. You actually went to school to study this?
Yes, I got into the Tokyo Communication Arts College in 2014, graduated in 2017.
Okay.
How was that? What was that experience like?
It was very interesting. When I first got there, of course, we had to learn all the basics, and we were forbidden to do any type of digital because they want us to really appreciate
Fundamentals.
the traditional
Yeah.
way of doing it, the traditional analog way of doing it. So we had to do things with ink, like actual the Fude pen denani. So speaking my English, the those pens that you use, those plumes that you use, and you dip them in the ink.
Working as much Japanese as you
Like
can. Feel free.
a fountain pen almost, or
My God.
So do like a whole lesson here.
It's
But
goddamn
yeah,
right.
calligraphy
right.
pen.
Yeah.
You have to send us your rate card soon.
almost like a quill.
yeah, okay, we'll go
Yeah.
with that. We'll go
Yeah.
minus the feather.
Sure.
But so you dip in the ink, and you draw on there on the manuscript papers, the B4 size papers. And when it comes to the screen tones, the little dots that you see that shade the
Mhm.
manga and the coloring for the manga, you have to press those down like on your whole sheet and then cut out what you don't need and peel it off. But you got to be careful of what you like dig into your manuscript. So they taught us, like, tips on how to do that, how to peel things off, how to blend the dots so that they blend well when you do a fading, like a gradient type effect. So they taught us a couple things on how to do that. Um, and they taught us how to mochikomi is when you go to the editorials and you show them your work, and you basically try to get like an internship or a mentorship so that they can help you brush up on your skills as well and on your storytelling skills as well. So we were able to do some of those. In the second year, you're allowed to work on the digital stuff. So since I did so well my first year, my dad actually bought me my first pen tablet. So I started working on that, and it makes it a lot easier because shoujo manga requires a lot of emotion. So you need a lot of
Yeah.
color, if you will, the
Yeah.
effects.
Yeah.
Like,
And those screen tones, one sheet costs about, what, at the time, $2 US. And since I need so much, you can imagine how much it would have cost
Oh,
to
yeah.
do like a 50-page story. So
I'm
a lot
sure.
of money was burnt that first
Yeah.
year. So when I got the pen tab, I was like, thank goodness I could save money on all of that, and I could save money on the mess, because whenever I would write a new chapter, like, my room was like covered in the remnants of the screen
Yeah.
tones. So
like your hand probably too. Like your hand was probably covered. Like it's just
covered.
Yeah.
I mean, find a
Now,
screen tone on the belly button like it's crazy.
when you were in school, I imagine they made you read a lot or study a lot of existing manga just
Yeah,
to go over
yes.
and see what it's like.
Yeah, we didn't have any required reading, but they strongly and recommended us to bring in like our favorite mangas and study those. So you could bring in like whole stacks of manga. And oddly enough, our school, there's a bunch of different manga schools all over Tokyo and Japan itself. But come to find out, our school was one of the few schools that actually wanted you to bring your manga and read in class and watch movies in class. And the reason was, well, like, how this is what you're going to be getting into. You kind of have to know this like the back of your hand. So it wouldn't make sense for us to not let you,
Wait a
bring
second.
your
Oh,
It
mangas
froze.
in.
It froze a little bit. It froze a little bit, but we're okay.
Yeah.
You seem to be back. You do seem to be back. And the last thing that we heard was that your school was one of the few that allowed you, actually encouraged you to bring in your own stuff because it made sense. This is what you'll see in the real world. It's the industry that you're probably going to work in. Why talk about something you're probably not going to create? So I feel like we've done a lot of the inside baseball for the deep manga fans. So why don't we just go ahead and talk to those manga fans? What were some of the ones you brought to your college class, Cito? Like, what are some of your favorite mangas? Obviously, is the ultimate question, I guess.
Oh man, I'm more on the shoujo side, so I'm gonna go ahead and just come on out. Say, yeah, Sailor Moon's my favorite. There's a lot
Oh,
of deep
nice.
themes there,
We
especially in the manga.
just had
There's a
Sailor
lot
Moon
of-
live here.
Yeah, not to cut you off. So pause at Sailor
Oh.
Moon. We had Sailor Moon live in St. Louis. They did a worldwide 1 year tour, and they did come to St. Louis. And we interviewed the girl that played Sailor Moon on this show, Riko Tanaka.
Oh yeah, I just had missed that too because I knew they were coming in St. Louis. What was it, August or July or something like that?
It
And I
was
wanted to come to that.
It was only
show,
like
but
3 months ago.
What's
4 months
what
ago. Yeah.
time? Continue your list of mangas,
Yeah,
my
well.
friend.
Oh, okay, so we got Sailor Moon, Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho, Trigun, uh, well, Fooly Cool is an anime. Fooly Cooly, I didn't read the manga. Does the manga exists though? Some of the more the youth oriented ones are in the Koro Koro comic magazine. So like Mario, Zelda, a lot of the video game mangas that I'm really into as well.
I'm
let's see, what's
realizing
the
I'm
other
a,
one?
I'm
Kamikaze
realizing
Echo
I'm
Giant.
realizing I'm a manga fan now.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
I love Zelda.
there you go. Got that in common then.
All right, Scotty, it's your turn. What did you know some of those and like
Yeah,
what are some of your
absolutely.
who are your favorites?
Some of mine currently, My Hero is great. I really
My Hero Academia?
My Hero Academia. My personal favorite is Full Metal Alchemist.
Ah.
It's timeless. Over and
Yes.
over and over. I'll read that one. Everybody loves Akira. Stuff like that. Man, it's endless. It really is.
Just like the comic shop we were at
Yeah,
earlier.
for sure. Yeah,
That's why they
I
call it
mean,
that.
if you could find just something you love, there is a manga about it for sure. Like you want stories about soccer, you could find that.
All right, Andy, what questions or any thoughts for Cito so far?
I have one big question. And you mentioned that you've seen Superman and Fantastic Four, correct? Already?
Yes.
Can you give us your thoughts on them and maybe rate them both on a 4.0 scale? We just
On a
finished up
4.0
our
scale?
we've just finished up our review of Fantastic Four right before you came on, so it's top of mind right
Oh.
now.
Oh, okay, cool. So we're in the same vein here. Let's see. I saw Fantastic Four more recently, so I guess we'll start with that one. I actually really enjoyed it. I'm gonna be honest, I was a little apprehensive when I found that we weren't getting Norrin Rad, although we're getting Shala Ball instead. So I was like, how are they gonna do this? Is it one of those, I was like, just go and just enjoy the movie. Like, don't let's do the grift, just go and enjoy it. And I wound up enjoying it for what it was. I think everybody's pretty much balanced, got their own time to shine, except for Ben Grimm. I
Mm.
feel like Ben Grimm could have gotten a little bit more screen time, giving us a little something more to do.
We agree.
Okay, so
Yeah.
so we're on the same page.
Yep.
But Johnny, I was surprised with Johnny how much work he put in, all the research that he did. So
Yeah.
he was really influential. So I really enjoyed seeing that. Sue Storm, awesome. Let's see. I guess I would give it probably maybe like a out of 4, right? I would give
Yep.
maybe like a 3.5.
All right.
3.5.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, we call that a fair share. And I also agree with what you said about Silver Surfer. I was wondering if they were going to make Norrin Rad a woman, but they did not do that. They introduced us to presumably his wife, and like the character, as far as I could tell, was not introduced in the movie, just the children. So like maybe one day.
Yeah, open the door for more. I mean, I really enjoyed it. I thought she did a good job as well.
Oh yeah, Julie
Oh, yeah.
Marty Bird. She's in Ozark. I don't know if you saw Ozark.
Ozark? No, mm-mm.
That was like a U.S. show by and starring Jason Bateman, and Julia Gardner is a big star in that Netflix series.
About
Okay, I'll
the
check that
actual
out.
Lake of the
Lake of the
Ozarks.
About Lake of the Ozarks.
And-
It takes place in Lake of the Ozarks, but it's a fake fictional Lake of the Ozarks. It's not real. All right, so
okay.
Superman. Let's hear it, man. Superman.
Superman. I loved all the Easter eggs. Mr. Terrific, MVP for sure. And I enjoyed Nicholas Holt's acting of Lex Luthor, especially that like crash out toward the
Yeah.
end.
Oh yeah.
Doing all the maneuvers and stuff. Like, okay, I can get behind this Lex. I can get behind him. Much better than Jesse Eisenberg for sure.
Yep.
For sure. So I would give Superman probably maybe like a 3.7. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solid rating. Solid.
Have no crypto. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Cito fits right in.
Well, and I
Yeah.
also know that you're a real fan because you say Lex Luthor, and that's how I know you're a real nerd, just like us. So, Sam the Sleeper, what you got for Cito?
So, I have zero experience in manga. What would be your recommendation?
It's called manga.
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 Dude, no, I'm just kidding.
It wouldn't surprise me if I got it wrong. You guys have been speaking essentially Japanese the entire episode. It's from my perspective. How would you suggest somebody like myself? And Scoop, you can chime in too with Cito here. What's a good recommendation on how to get into it? Where do I start? Where's a guy like me who knows nothing?
That's
Where do I
great.
start?
Great question.
I would say basically just with any type of media, stick with what you like. What kind of story do you want to see? Do you want to see more slice of life? Do you want to see more heroes, more heavy hitting stuff? Do you want to see like psychological thrillers? They have those mangas out as well. I'm not really into those, but those are out there. So it basically depends on your niche, what you're into.
Yeah, you want crazy off the wall, wacky adventures. You give you something like JoJo's. There's just there's just all kinds.
Is there one that everybody tends to start with, or like what's
your favorite Marvel movie?
That's a tough question.
Well,
Black Adam.
if you love something like Marvel and the whole interconnected universe,
Yeah.
I would give you something like My Hero Academia. Where a lot of superheroes showing off their powers, fighting against evil. Yeah, but huge cast of characters.
Okay.
Something like that.
Thank you. So really, it's about finding out what you like. Go to somebody that has maybe an extensive collection and says, "Here you go, try this."
Could you come? You have some to shop?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, so Sleeper still needs to make it to your basement. That hasn't even happened yet.
Yeah,
I
we'll get everybody over there soon.
Do you ever make it to the U.S., Cito?
I try to come once a year for like 2 months usually. Last year I wound up doing 4. Don't know how half the time got away from me, but yeah, I usually come back for once a year, do about 2 months, hang out with the family, go do all the stuff, get the toasted ravioli, go to Six Flags, do the whole thing. So
Get that Emo's pizza.
Do all the St. Louis hits. Hit up the the Mostly Superheroes podcast studio.
I'm sure he hits up sushi and ramen as soon as he gets here.
Yeah, we are absolutely well known for that
He
stuff.
goes straight to Rabada in Maplewood.
Yeah, do you get like a Japanese? Do you have a Japanese food fix when you come to town? Is there like a spot you like go to or something? Like that's a good question now, actually.
Yeah, that is a good question. I tend to avoid Japanese food when I come back and visit, obviously because
Right.
I've got that here, like I've been having that. So plus sushi's like half the price here that it is back home, and it's higher quality, it's fresher.
Yeah.
So it's like if I do wind up having Japanese food, we'll usually make it because I like to cook. So like we'll make tonkatsu, or we won't like make the rolled sushi.
Love tonkatsu.
Well, it's Japanese. Don't make pho as well as Vietnamese, but we make pho, like basically whatever we want to. We usually tend to make, but
So the question is, how difficult is it to get American food that you love there in Japan?
And this is our last dumb Japanese American question, I promise.
uh, if you're in Tokyo, it's relatively easy. They got like Fridays, they've got the Starbucks, they even got KFC here, which is pretty big in Christmas time. Not sure why that's a thing to this
I've
day.
heard that. I've heard that.
Yeah, I don't know why that's a thing, but they got that. We still don't have a Chick-fil-A, which infuriates me because I love Chick-fil-A. Don't come for me. Uh, let's see. They got McDonald's is everywhere. Taco Bell is starting to grow a little bit more here. So you can get it, but it doesn't quite hit the same.
Sure.
Um, they use different ingredients here, obviously.
Yeah.
And the seasoning that they use here is different because they got different palate than we do. So you can taste the
Mhm.
difference. It's still good, but it's just different. It's not
Sure.
heavy-handed like back home.
Yeah.
That's now I'm hungry. I'm going.
just
I'm
gonna
going to
say now.
Chick-fil-A. I'm going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. It's all your fault, Cito.
I'm getting tonkatsu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Would you say? I mean, I want to talk about your Isaiah Bradley project, and like we just saw him at Two Rivers Comic Con here in St. Louis, and I got to ask him what the best thing about being a super soldier was, and he said it was that you carried all this strength in you, and you had to decide what to do with it, and that no one could see that in you. So like it's the same as when you feel bad or when you feel good. No one can see what's happening in you. You just feel that, and then it's you can almost decide how to process things and how you're going to react a little bit. So he's just such a cool guy, and yeah, like he's in he's Martian Manhunter in the original cartoons back in the Justice League. He came back for Supergirl, and now he's in the MCU. Tell us about your project and just all about it. How'd you get into it, and what exactly is it? Let's just get into it.
Okay. Well, the inception is basically it started with the Comic-Con that you guys were at. You remember Dad there. Uh, Dad saw that Carl Lumbly was going to be there, so he was like, I got to get his autograph. I got to talk to him if I can." So he brought the Truth Red, White, and Black comic, the original one, so he could have him sign it. And when they got to talking, they really hit it off. And we had that comic back in 2004, I think is when we first had it. When I read it, it was interesting because I was just new Captain America is just Steve Rogers. I didn't even think that the experimentation that could have led up to that to perfecting the super soldier serum. So that whole concept was fascinating to me because it's parallels with the whole like Tuskegee project and things like
Yeah.
things like that happened back in the day. So it was refreshing and almost an education to see that kind of representation. So we really resonated with it. But the only issue was it's a good story, but looking back at it now, the artwork is a little outdated, and the storytelling is a little bit outdated. And this is probably just me coming from the lens of my Japanese training here. So we always thought like, oh, wouldn't it be kind of cool if we could redo that story one day or like polish it up. So when Dad met Carl Lumbly, that pretty much is what sparked it. So they talked and they're like, well, if that's the project you want to go for, go ahead and go ahead and work on it and see what you come up with. So I went on ahead and re-downloaded a PDF version of the original comics. I've been going through that, picking out like different plots that I want to expand on, certain characters and their backstories that I want to expand on. So I'm working on that right now, and then I'm going to start working on the different cover arts for the different because it's going to be another 7 issues. So I'm going to work on the cover art for that now, and then start working on the plots, the storyboarding, and then do the inking after that. So it'll be a process from here. But in the meantime, we'll be working on posters. That's going to be the cover art for the book itself when it finally comes out. And then we're also working on like t-shirts and hats. The posters you can get on the website isaiahbradleyproject.com. The posters will be $10. The hats and shirts just got made. They'll be going on sale for $25 each. So I'll put those up on the website sometime later today because we just got those hats done. Just yesterday, or was it even today this
wow.
morning?
Man, wow. Well,
Hot off the press.
and congratulations for sure. Like I'm not just fluffing you up. I really love this Isaiah Bradley story in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I was really proud of how that show approached Sam taking the shield, and it was just so, even for Marvel, it was just really forward thinking, I thought, and I wanted so much more.
Dang.
You know, so like
Same.
I hear you, like, and like here we go, like this is it, like okay, like I totally, and man, to get Carl Lumley to give you a little, like the whole nod of approval at, you know, James Install is going to be, he was one of the folks that ran Two Rivers Comic Con. He's going to be glad to hear about this connection and the project. So this is coming. You can get the posters, you can get the hats, you can obviously get the book, and it's coming. Like what's timeline for you? What and say the website again for us.
Oh, IsaiahBradleyProject.com. Straightforward. No WW.
IsaiahBradleyProject.com.
Yes.
And what's your timeline? How are we looking?
Let's see. At the moment, while I'm juggling Lover Duty and the projects, it's probably going to get pushed out a little bit. But as of right now, I'm probably going to start working on through August to September. We'll be working on the cover art. So I'm trying to have that done before the end of August or end of September. I'll post those like in a gallery on the website as they're and then I'll start working on the plot and the storyboards probably in around like late September, October, because it's almost visa application time here. I got to extend my visa, so I'll be I have my hands full with that as well. But yeah, I'm gonna try to have that done maybe like within a year. Because I'm gonna try to put that as the deadline. Give myself a year to get all the 7 chapters done, everything polished up and ready to go.
That's awesome. And I know it is just one project you work on, and you've been featured on a lot of different Japanese news shows. So maybe tell us about your success in Japan and other projects that you want to highlight.
Okay. Let's see. It was my second year at Tokyo Communication Arts, and I was coming off a plane from spring break, and I had just finished doing the my first like redone installment of Lover Duty, and I happened to have it with me because I worked on it when I was at home. So when I got off the plane, when you get off there, there's a TV show that's waiting there called Why Did You Come to Japan? And they run not really run up to, but they approach foreigners. They ask the forward question, oh, well, why did you come to Japan? What brings you here? Like, what are your travel plans? Are you living here? Yes or no? These are the basic questions. So I happen to have my manga with me. So I showed them and I told them the school I was working at and everything. And they said, oh, well, this is amazing. Like, we'll have to have you on the show. So we did an interview at the airport. And then almost maybe 2 months later, they came to my school. So they interviewed me at the school. They interviewed some of my classmates. They showed my artwork, my room, my workspace. We talked a little bit about how the process of how manga is made. So we went into that. And because of that, actually, some other news uh, programs like saw me. So they actually called us since they had the school's name thanks to the TV program at the school. So I would get called out of class and I would like have to do like little side meetings with different with different TV stations. So we would talk and I would like show them my manga. One of them, Cool Japan was it? They took the class with me and they did the assignments with me just to kind of like give like a walkthrough of what we do on a daily basis. And we were at the time there was a school competition called the Manga Grand Prix. And it was like you had to draw between 15 and 30 pages of manga, then submit it. Like everybody, it was a required competition so we could showcase, how far we'd come because it was our second year. So I want to turn mine in. Mine was a weight loss manga. It was another shoujo manga called I'm Getting in That Dress. And I was often told, like, since I'm an American, why don't you do like a manga about something that happens like to like kids in America. So my first thought was, and probably the only thing I liked about school was the dances. So I was like, okay, what about homecoming dance? Like, how can I turn that in a story? And I often would hear when I was younger, like a lot of girls would purposely buy a dress that was too small, so it would give them kind of be insensitive to try to like some people didn't get into it.
The motivation to get into it.
Yeah. So she gets asked out by the transfer student from England that she secretly has a crush on. So she was like, "Oh, I gotta get myself together for this day, but can I give up all these snacks that I like so much because I love eating?" So it's a a whole dilemma, a whole bunch of hijinks that happens in there. But she does it. Spoiler alert, she does it. But they have to get together, happy ending. And that manga, I recently translated it into English, but it was Japanese at the time. So when I turned it in, I wound up actually winning first prize for that manga in that competition, and that was featured on TV.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a crazy idea. That was good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I get the appeal, honestly.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man. I appreciate you sharing your story with us and talking with us. And I mean, I guess it's Thursday for you, and it's just like the day's getting started over there.
Yep.
What are your days like over now? What's your day to day like? What do you got, like a week kind of life and like a weekend kind of life? What's your routine looking like?
Let's see. I have weeks where I'm constantly on, and weeks where I'm kind of like a little bit off, a little bit downtime, kind of switches in between the two. But on my busy weeks, I tend to have a lot of like freelance assignments that come in. So I'll get like a whole flurry of those. So I spend the week doing those because the deadlines for those are very strict because we have a lot of clients NDA, so I can't get into it. But we have a lot of different clients that we got to do, and they've got like manuals and things that they need translated right away, or videos that we have to translate as well. So I got to transcribe and translate and edit in the subtitles there. So that
Whoa.
eats up a lot of time.
I
Yeah, that eats up a lot.
I do just the editing part, not like the official translating part. That's a lot of things to do. Hopefully you're charging a premium rate and fee.
Yes, yeah, yes. So we got the certification, so
Cha-ching.
hey,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. So
Nice.
I'll usually do that during the day, and then when the sun goes down, that's when I start working on like my manga or polishing up some of my storyboards for the manga, or work on some cover art, do some research on new mangas that might be coming out, or even just chill at night, like watch old TV shows, watch old shows like The Flash, Stargirl. Still hate that got canceled, but it ended well. It was a
Hell
good ending.
yeah. Luke Wilson.
Everybody got that closure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Man.
I missed the Arrowverse.
The first the first few seasons of The Flash and the
Yeah.
Crisis on Infinite Earths, and man, I was into
Mm.
all of it.
Yes, I was deep in it because then I got like everybody that was my friends that were here because we had an international cooking club. So we would like do the cooking on Monday, and then when the episodes would come out, we'd come back over to my house and we'd watch the shows together. So it was
I'm
like a whole cultural phenomenon in our share house at that time.
I'm so sad I didn't have this podcast or these friends when that show was on. I just had to like, have all those thoughts to myself, like, oh my God, they just made Green Arrow the Spectre.
It's like, who could I talk about that? Because you want to geek out about.
Who could I possibly talk about this with?
Only us.
That's why we're here, man. I'm all right. We're hogging the mic. We're probably hogging your time. I know we're about 10 till 7 here locally. What is it? What time is it for you there locally?
8:48
a.m.
Not too bad.
All right, let's do a nice wrap up. Cito, let's just focus on you, man. What did we not talk about that you'd like to feature? And let's just go ahead and use this opportunity to tell people how to stay in touch with you and hire you or find your work.
Okay. Well, you can find my work on shugopro.com. You can see my portfolio there. It's got pieces from stuff that I've done over the years, some professionally, some from my own projects as well. You can see those. You can get prints as well. I'm working on some new t-shirts featuring my characters. I'm going to put up some keychains as well. I'm going to start working on those. Yes, Wolverine, yes.
That's like the John Byrne with the Hulk. Like, this is
a classic, right?
Yeah.
Well done, man. That's beautiful. So like people can get their hands on like all this kind of stuff that you graciously, you can win this stuff at some local St. Louis events if you catch us out in town, but people can get their hands on your stuff, man. Like,
yep.
That's amazing.
Yep. And then Dad's also going to be going to farmers markets as well. I'll probably give you some of that information later, but since I can't be there, it's going to go in my place and sell some of my work there. So I'll put some information up on the website and on my Instagram, which is shugopro_Cito. So you can follow me there. And there you'll see a bunch of campaigning and advertising for my my manga series that I did for the Kickstarter that made the initial print run such a success. You can see a lot of that there. Yeah, just keep following the work. You'll see me posting, and just give me a follow.
Nice, dude. Well,
absolutely.
this has been a pure joy. You got a great vibe and very articulate, and it seems like you've known how to go for things that you care about and that you're passionate about, and make that also how you can make a living, because that's how we can make a. And even over there in Japan, like we're taking the same approach here, and I'm curious. I've got so much curiosity about your life, so I'll be following along on Instagram. Let's do a final roundtable. Last questions, thoughts for Cito before we wrap, and a final goodbye. Let's start with you, Sam the Sleeper.
No, this is I can't wait to get into some manga. And did I say it right that time?
A manga?
Manga.
Yeah,
It's manga.
You got it, man.
Yeah, it's not mango salsa. It's manga.
I can't wait to get into it. I do have one last question. Why are books backwards?
Tell us why books are backwards.
manga is backwards.
It reads right
read
to
from right to left.
right to left.
Yes,
I'm already,
manga
Yeah,
I
reads
can't
up.
even believe it.
I mean, that
You get
took-
used to it.
yeah.
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 I felt like I was driving
They
on
have-
the wrong side of the road there for a
Yeah.
second. I was like, I think
yeah.
I think I read the end of it immediately.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. No. It's been a pleasure talking to you and hearing your story and learning about this stuff. So maybe I'll give it a shot.
Ooh.
We'll move on to Andy in a second. Before we do that, we always ask, like, did you have any questions for us coming into this, or do you have any thoughts for us? Have you heard of our podcast before your dad told you about us? Probably not.
Actually, I had not. But when he told me about it, I was obviously very interested. So I'm glad we were able to connect.
Damn it!
Um,
I was hoping there was. I was hoping there was a little golden nugget there, but if we would have
Huge in Japan.
if you would have been our big Japan fellowship, this would have made wonders for us. All right, moving on. Andy,
No,
what do you got for Cito?
We appreciate your dad too, of course.
Yes, your dad is
of
local.
course. He's
Yeah.
probably watching live right now with us.
What do you got for Cito and wrapping up?
It's awesome to just hear a story behind very talented individuals. We've had this and Cito here, Bill Ryder recently. I just do finance stuff, so my life is so boring. This is a great change of pace. I'm gonna, like Sam, I'm gonna try to find something to get into the world of manga and see if I can enjoy it. Scott has got me reading more comics than I ever thought I would, so I'll never say no to anything.
You're
So-
gonna check it out.
Yeah.
You're making new fans over here. All right,
Yeah.
Scotty, you got any questions or any last thoughts?
This is a question I always ask people who are bilingual, and you're deep into the Japanese language. What language do you dream in?
That's a common question, actually. It's a toss-up, really. Some nights the dream will be fully in Japanese. Some nights it'll be English. Some nights it's actually a mix. Sometimes, because I used to study Spanish, sometimes Spanish will pop in. So my dreams are just chaotic, like
Nice.
worse than one to maximum chaotic.
Same. Mine are mostly Japanese as well. So
Okay.
yeah, wuai
Very common then.
Well, yeah, this is absolutely awesome. I'm glad we finally got to make it happen. I know we've been emailing back and forth, and like with the time change and everything, you were super accommodating, and you've got a lot going on, and we're just scratching the surface, I guess, on everything that you have happening. So, we're here in St. Louis, and any way we can help. I know that you've got your dad prancing around town, so that's awesome that you got your family helping out. But you got friends in us, and we've got a lot our hands on a lot of your stuff, and we can't wait to blast this thing out and maybe have you back
In
And-
person, maybe.
I would say, like, yeah.
Type in.
I mean, yeah, when you're in St. Louis, please let us know, because we'll have you in the studio. And I mean, I'm not going to rule out us going to Japan at all.
Oh yeah, business trip.
Thanks
Yeah.
for
Oh, yeah.
inviting us, Cito.
Yes.
Yeah, you
Come
got
on out.
room, right? You got room.
We can make room. Yeah, we can make room.
we each have a spouse. Scotty has 3 kids. We have a couple dogs. He has a parrot. We can make it happen. Man, all right, Cito, thank you so much, man. We will see you next time. This was mostly superheroes, and we'll have you back on. And we did it live. Thanks for joining us. I know that was kind of hopefully it wasn't too unexpected. Thanks for joining us live on YouTube. But this will come out as a podcast, so we'll send you links, and let's stay in touch. Tell your dad thanks
Sure.
for helping us out at the Two Rivers Comic Con to tell us all about you and bringing stuff to the house and dropping stuff off on the porch. Tell him thank you very much. And would you come back? This wasn't too scary?
No, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. I've been looking forward to this. I'm glad we were able to do it.
All right.
It was a pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
I'm Logan Janis.
Scotty Scoop.
Arena Andy.
Santa Sleeper.
And that's Cito. We'll see you next time on Mostly Superheroes.